Occupying Cesar Chavez Park in downtown Sacramento. She was arrested along with 18 other people.
CBS 13 was the only station to catch Sheehan as she was cuffed and taken to the Sacramento County Jail. Most of the people arrested spent about 10 hours in jail. She spoke to CBS 13 moments before she was put in cuffs.
This is our right to peaceably assemble, and none of us want to get arrested. They should let the people camp here and gather and have their protests and everything. So it's absurd that they send in the cops every night to do this.
Sheehan became famous after she protested outside former President George W. Bush's ranch in Texas. Her son was killed while serving in Iraq. Organizers say Sheehan will return to the park tomorrow. Today marks the 11th day for the Occupy movement in Sacramento. And protests continue all over the country and the world this weekend.
Organizers of the movement say it's a new phase of civil disobedience. In New York City, protesters are determined to stay as long as it takes, and some lawmakers are supporting the movement, saying it reflects a reality for many Americans.
Even middle-class Americans who have jobs, and too many don't, are finding that their incomes are not keeping up with their costs, and it's getting more difficult to make ends meet.
The Occupy Wall Street movement has raised nearly $300,000 on its website.
The Occupy movement has gone global. Check out the huge crowds in South America. In Argentina, hundreds gathered in front of the Congressional Palace in downtown Buenos Aires for a demonstration. And in Chile's capital, Santiago, many students joined the protest. And a bride and groom wanted to include the Occupy Cincinnati protest in their wedding.
So before the ceremony, they had a wedding photos taken at a nearby park with protesters that have been sleeping there for several nights. This is what the couple says inspired them to include their fellow protesters on their big day.
We thought this was such a tremendously fun backdrop, and what a way to remember the time that we're getting married.
And to bring attention to what's going on here. It's so great to be able to use this opportunity in that way. It really is. I'm just so happy to be here and so glad to support everybody.
After the wedding photo shoot, the protesters continued with their daily General Assembly. Well, the Republican candidates for president are getting ready for another debate.
But this